friends, today what we're going to do is we are going to learn how to show depth in your picture. Okay, depth or distance. So let's see the supplies that we need. We need crayons, we need watercolor. I have my Sharpie, a black Sharpie. If you have one, you can use that, or it doesn't matter, you can use a crayon. Okay, I also have my pencil and an eraser. I also have a ruler. Today you need a ruler. I will also show you ways to draw this without a ruler in case you don't have a ruler. I have half a sheet of paper. Okay, so these are the supplies that we need. Because we are using watercolor, we also need some water to paint with. Okay, I also have my whiteboard. Let's first talk about how to show depth or distance or space in your piece of artwork. So it is easy to show dimensions on a 3D, but on a flat paper it is difficult to show depth or space or distance, right? So there are certain techniques that we use, an artist use. I know you guys have been using some of the techniques. Maybe you didn't realize that you have been using those techniques, but there is these techniques we have been using in previous art lessons also. So the first technique is one common technique that we all use is called overlapping. Overlap. Okay, so if you're drawing something, if you just overlap things, what happens is it will look like there is depth in the picture, like you're seeing into the distance. Another technique that you can use is it is called placement. It is if you have a few marbles or balls, if you spread them out, it will make it look like you are seeing things in the distance. Okay, the third technique is that usually we use is size. Remember, things in the front, what we do is we make it look, make them big. Things in the middle ground, we make them smaller. Things in the background, we make them even smaller. Another technique artists use is value. In value, what you do is things that are right in front of you, you add more details to it and more like bright colors to it. It's like when you look into the distance, things are like not that bright and not that clear, right? So value is using black or white to your color, right? So the color, when it is dark, you put it for the things that are right in front of you, and things that are not that, things in the distance, you make them look lighter with lesser details. Okay, the fifth technique, it's called linear perspective. That is what we are going to practice today. Okay, perspective. This is a technique in which we use lines to show depth. Okay, so we use horizon line and then we use vertical lines and all that. So we have tried all these techniques: overlapping, almost always; placement, yes; size, yes; value, yes. Now let's see the linear perspective, how it is done. So in linear perspective, you start with a horizon line. Horizon line is a horizontal line. Remember that, right? Horizon line, some artists call it, some people say it is where your eye level is. When you're standing and you're looking at something, that is where your eye, it is in the level of your eye. Some people say that it is where the sky meets the ground, or above this it is the sky, and above the below the line it is the ground. Whatever way you have learned, it is fine. So let me find. So I have the horizon. Why are all my markers? Okay, horizon line. And the next thing that you need to find is put a point. This is a 1 point perspective that we are doing. There are more than 1 point. So in this we are just focusing on 1 point. Okay, so you just need to learn this year. Maybe next year you'll learn more. Okay, so this is the we put the point wherever you want on the horizon line. You can put the point. This is right in the middle is where I choose to put it, and then I'm going to draw vertical lines. This is angle lines to going to that point. Okay, so if you have like when you go on drives, if you have noticed, like suppose this is a road, and when you are driving on the road, and if it is like a straight road, at one point everything seems to like vanish, or everything is like ending in 1 point. You can't see anything the road anymore. Right, it looks like everything gets it disappears there. That point is called the vanishing point. It is easy to remember because it's called the vanishing point, the point where everything vanishes or disappears. It's called the vanishing point. Okay, so how we are going to draw, so you just need to remember the horizon line and the vanishing point. That's the point where you put, that is called the vanishing point. Okay, so let's see how we are going to draw this. I'm going to place the paper this way. I'm going to show we are going to draw an aquarium, right? Am I saying it right way? I'm not sure. So let's first start with the pencil. I'm going to draw a horizon line first. So let's to make it easy, maybe you can fold the paper. So in case you don't have a ruler, this is what you can do. Okay, fold it like that and then open. So you have the horizon line. Now fold your paper, this angle is there, right? So you fold, you should be folding like that. Can you see? Yeah. This point, the fold should go through this point and this point. Can you see this line that we made? Like that. I'll be drawing the lines and you'll be able to see. So another one from this angle to this point. This is only if you don't have a ruler. Or now or you can just draw the horizon line with the pencil. Okay, so you put a point here. You are going to draw a line freehand like that. So from this point to this, and from this point to this, I'm going to draw a line and passing through the dot. Got it? If you have a ruler, just put it this way. And then from this point to this point, make a line. This point to this, make a line. So all this should be meeting at one point, which we call the vanishing point. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is we are going to draw some. This line, we can erase it off now. Oh, we don't need that line. So from here, I'm going to make some lines. Same. Try to keep the same distance between these two lines. To make the distance, what you need to do is put this like that and then point a mark here. And then you're going to draw a line. Okay. Then maybe we'll add another line. Same way. From here to here, make a point. Oh, I didn't draw on the point from the point. Okay. So we have these lines, and now the next thing that we're going to do is we don't want the vanishing point to be that big. Maybe I'll draw another line, a small line next to it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines over here, right? Now, next thing what we're going to do is we're going to make a curvy line, see, from each of these going to the next one. So far, so good. Okay, so next, here, I'm going to make, maybe I'll draw this with marker so you can see better. I'm going to make lines like that. The lines, as I go backwards, I'm going to make it closer. So this line, let me darken all the lines that need to be. So if you are doing this with a permanent marker, go ahead, do this with a permanent marker. Or if you're doing with crayon, you can go ahead, do these lines with a crayon. Now I'm going to make lines, maybe divide this part. So just how many inches? 5.5 inch, like centimeter. Every 2 inches I'm going to put a dot. Okay, and then from each dot, I'm going to the center and make a line. Can you see? Yeah. So just using lines, what we're trying to do is we are going to show depth. So we are using all these lines to show depth or distance, right? Now, next what we'll do is we can go ahead, outline all these lines in black. You have erased the horizon line, remember? That was just for guidelines. Maybe this line, I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. Okay, so then we can now color this black. I'm going to use my crayon, or I can use my permanent marker. You can use the crayon or permanent marker. I was thinking of using a crayon because coloring a bigger area is easy to color with the crayon, right? I'm going to make a pattern, like a checkerboard pattern. If you don't want to use black here, if you're using crayon, you can go ahead and use any color for the tiles, like red checkerboard pattern, or blue, or orange, or whatever color you want. Okay, it's your art. You can do it the way you want. So next, I'm going to skip the first one. Here I did the first one. The next row, the first one I'm skipping. This is going to take a few minutes to color in these checkerboards. So if you notice here, this part of the floor, this is the floor, and this is the where you are going to see the fish. It's like the glass domed aquarium thing. So this part is near to you. That's why the tiles are bigger, closer to you. Can you see how we created the illusion of the part that is closer to you and how you are seeing into the distance using lines? Yeah, I hope you can see it clearly. The next one inside, this one. Let me try and do this fast. You guys can go ahead and finish your checkerboard while I'm doing this. This one, because we haven't practiced it before, it is like a little tricky, but once you get it, it is super easy. Always it's the same thing, right? When you start learning something new, it is a little bit difficult than the other things, but I'm just quieter because I'm concentrating on my pattern. So I have the floor part done, and because it's an aquarium, we need to draw the fishes and things, right? So maybe first I'm going to draw the plants with kelp. On the floor. Or whatever sea plants you want to draw, go ahead, draw those. Maybe you can add corals. Because it is plants, they are all different size. Even in the distance, maybe some are big. Okay. Now let me think of what to put for the fishes. Maybe I'm going to draw these fishes with pencil first, and then you can draw the fishes that you know already, or you can come up with your own fish, or you can look up at some fish pictures and draw them. Okay. Oh, this looks more like a bird. Maybe I'll draw on here. Swordfish, that's what it's called, right? This type of fish. Maybe I should add should we add some seahorses? What else? A turtle? I don't know. Maybe a jellyfish. I'm trying to fill in the spaces with some fish. think that's enough for fishes. Okay, so you guys can go ahead add more if you want, but I'm going to stop with these many because that is a lot of work to do all the detailing. So let's now take I'm going to outline this first and then I will color it in with crayons, okay? Jellyfish doesn't have eyes. I forgot about that and I added eyes to that, so I'll just not outline that. Whatever fish you want, whatever is your favorite fish that you like to see in aquarium, go ahead, draw that fish, okay? Long back, when my daughter was your age, I say long back because now she's in college, we used to go to Santiago Aquarium and all these aquariums, and then she used to stand in front of the jellyfish thing for hours. So I also used to like standing in front of the fishes. It's like so calming, right? To watch the fish. Some doctors' offices have big fish aquariums. That is to make the patients feel so calm when because when you go to the doctor, you are either not well or some reason is there, right? So you are always like tensed. So if you watch the fish, you will be calm. So I'm going to take the crayons now and we are going to color in the seaweeds and then the fish with the crayons. The rest, what we're going to do is we are going to use watercolor for the water. So already, do you feel like you are walking through the aquarium? Can you see how we succeeded in showing distance? In case you find it difficult, you didn't understand the first time, go ahead, watch the video one more time and I'm sure you will understand how to do this in no time. You could do anything like this, okay? It doesn't have to be an aquarium. It can be your school hall with a wall and the ceiling, whatever you see on the walls. You can add maybe some paintings. Maybe it is your hallway in the hall in your house or someplace like that, okay? Let's color the fishes now. Maybe I'll add, that's enough. The focus is not the fish and everything. The focus is learning the one-point perspective today, right? So we have achieved that. Okay, okie dokie, where is orange? What is the color of the seahorse? Mr. Seahorse, I'm going to make you very colorful. No, I don't care what color you usually is. I want you to stand out. A purple jellyfish. Purple, purple, purple. Where's my purple? See that you press hard, so these they stand out when we paint over it, okay? One large fishy. I'm going to make you a fluorescent kind of fishy. Just the green color. Okay, so the fishes are done. So now what is remaining is maybe I put a little bit of red on top of my crayfish. Okay, I'm putting my colors back. I'm going to grab my watercolor and finish off this little work. So I have my watercolor, my water. Oh, what's this painting? So the brush is out. So let's add some water to blue. And then what we're going to do is swirl blue. I don't have to because it's already, I was painting with blue. And then you are going to color this. You can, as when you are running out of water or your brush is dry, you are going to dip it in the water, then dip in the color and come back. It is okay if you paint over the fish. It is okay if you don't. Maybe your fishes will be more brighter that way. And the eye would be white for the fish. Here I painted over the fish entirely, and the eyes, the white part of the fish's eye is now blue. There's not much space in here. So you're not painting the floor, just this part. You can paint over the seaweed. That is fine, because if there is any spot that you missed, that will make it blue-green. And with that, we are done with our art for today. So I would like to see how it turned out. I would like to know whether you guys learned how to do the 1-point perspective. So would like to have you write your name on the bottom with your grade and room number, and email me your finished work in the email address I'm putting at the end of the video. Okay, let this watercolor dry before you close it. Wash your brush really well, like washing is like sweeping the floor of the container, right? And wipe off the excess and put it over here. Wait for it to dry before you close the container. So till we meet next time, bye bye.